This is Inside Indiana Business Radio on demand for Thursday, May 11th, 2023. I'm Gary Dick. Bob Vito, the CEO of Warsaw-based OrthoWorks, says the $30 million appropriation from the state's new two-year budget is creating excitement within the state's orthopedic industry. The funding was provided to the nonprofit in support of efforts to attract and retain talent in the orthopedics capital of the world in Kosciuszko County.
What we're struggling with, as many communities are and many industries are, is talent attraction. What this $30 million is going to afford us the opportunity to do is really focus our efforts on how do we continue to attract the next generation of employees and team members into these orthopedic companies, and at the same time help us retain those that we do have, both the team members, employees, but also the companies that are represented here. As you can imagine, there are a lot of people, or a lot of communities that would love to have what we have, and so this is our opportunity to really again further invest in this community.
A new venture capital firm is launched with a $20 million fund to grow and scale early-stage companies. Entrepreneur Scott Craigie, Innovate Map, and Vallejo are behind Ivy Ventures, which merges founders with experts, seasoned entrepreneurs, and corporate partners, all part of a model to grow early-stage companies. Warsaw-based Lakeland Financial Corporation and its subsidiary, Lake City Bank, have promoted Kristen Pruitt to president of both organizations. Pruitt most recently served as chief administrative officer for the financial institution. Officials will break ground today on a more than $70 million mixed-use development in the Broad Ripple neighborhood of Indianapolis, known as Versa. The project will include more than 230 apartments, a 250-space parking garage, and 3,600 square feet of ground floor retail space. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio. Indiana, it's time to get revved up. Inside Indiana Business is going racing. We'll be at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the month of May and take you inside the business of motorsports, from gasoline alley to high-tech race shops to small-town dirt tracks. We'll explore what fuels a billion-dollar industry in the state. Join the entire Inside Indiana Business team from the world's greatest race course for Business at the Brickyard, brought to you by Purdue University. It's checkered flag coverage you won't want to miss. Rural bank executives and crop insurance agents testified at a Senate hearing last week in support of a modernized crop insurance market that helps upstart producers manage growing risks and supports food security. The witnesses told the Senate Committee on Agriculture, Nutrition, and Forestry that crop insurance represents one of the most important financial tools in the ag producer's toolbox. Indianapolis-based Boomerang Ventures has announced the appointment of Dick Aderman as studio director. Aderman, who previously served as an executive in residence at Boomerang, will lead the firm's venture studio arm. The Indiana Broadband Office and the Indiana Office of Community and Rural Affairs have designated Decatur County as the state's latest broadband-ready community. The designation, according to the state, shows that a community has taken steps to reduce barriers to broadband infrastructure investment. The Indiana Chamber of Commerce has revealed the rankings of its 2023 Best Places to Work in Indiana competition. The list features 125 businesses representing more than 30 Hoosier cities and towns, split among 4 categories based on employee count. And you can see the complete list at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.